What is up, everybody, and welcome into the final chapter of our journey where we are talking about bringing it all together, getting this thing clicking here for you. And this is where the real work begins. So, first and foremost, congratulations. You made it this far. This shows a lot of resilience and a lot of dedication. Most people, we're able to see the people when it's on our Skool platform. We're able to see the people who make it through the entire course and who don't. So, congratulations on being here. And that's what it's going to take to be successful. You got to finish what you start here, everybody. So, today we are going to be reviewing what we've covered so far. We're going to be talking about very practical and very applicable next steps. And we know this stuff works. Not only do we still do this to this day after doing 1,500 plus real estate transactions, but we coach people all over the country. And we know the next steps you need to take. We know the identity that you really need to carry to be successful. And if you've made it this far in the masterclass, I have no doubt you're ready to rock. We're ready to rock here with you. So now the real work begins. The mindset, first and foremost. So be prepared. You're headed down this path of becoming a real estate investor. This is what you're doing. Be prepared to get out of your comfort zone. This is new. All of the growth that you seek is on the other side of the challenges that you're 100% certainty going to be facing. Okay. So you are going to make mistakes. Working closely with us and following the steps in our masterclass is going to help mitigate mistakes. I mean, if you didn't have any guidance and you were just out there buying houses, I mean, that could be very detrimental. You have a lot of guidance within this course. You do have the opportunity to work more closely with us, of course, and we're going to help mitigate these mistakes, but mistakes are inevitable, right? You're going to have lost deals. We're going to keep our mistakes small, but the mistakes are inevitable. We're just going to make sure there's no major detrimental, life affecting mistakes. We're going to avoid those. But there are going to be small mistakes. You are going to lose deals. You're going to get great deals into contract, right? Contact us. I got one for 50 cents on the dollar, 40 cents on the dollar, home run. You're excited, and then it falls out of escrow. We just had one fall out recently. Got all the way to the closing table. The buyer's lender wouldn't close because the HOA where the property was located, it was just a novation deal. So we didn't own the property, but the property was located, it had an HOA. The HOA was behind on their bills. So the buyer's lender wouldn't fund this buyer, blew up our deal, right? I mean, this stuff happens. I've been in this business for over 15 years. And there are still new things that come up that blow up deals. Get ready. It's gonna happen, right? What we're not gonna do is give up. You're gonna chase dead ends, everybody. You're gonna, be following up with sellers. You're gonna have a great relationship with a seller. You're gonna have what we call a tiger by the tail, right? I got a great one coming, and it just ends up going nowhere. It's a complete waste of time. Get ready to waste a ton of time as you learn this. I'm just keeping it real. This is how this works. This is how any successful venture works. You're going to have to go through the mistakes, the lost deals, the wasted time, and things like that. Please embrace it. Please embrace the challenges because, as I had mentioned, the person that you want to be is right on the other side of the challenges that you are inevitably going to face, but overcome. See, we're not going to let you quit. Most people quit. As soon as the adversity starts, which is inevitable, they quit. And then they never are able to kind of bring it back and they're never going to be successful, right? We are going to help you push through the adversity, which we know is coming, but the person you want to become is on the other side of the adversity. That's how this works. I'm a spiritual guy, right? The higher power, God, the universe, whatever it is you want to call it, when we pray to be more in our life, when we pray to be bigger, when we pray for personal growth, God blesses us with challenges to overcome. This is the recipe. This is how this works. Please keep this on the forefront of your mind. Mistakes and wasted time and chasing dead ends, things like that are inevitable, but we are never going to quit. Everything that we need to create the financial freedom we deserve is right here. It's right here working with us. It's right here in these courses, in these videos. We're going to focus on RGAs. And RGA stands for Revenue Generating Activities. There are three main revenue generating activities that you need to focus on. Number one is talking to lenders constantly, right? There are plenty of lenders in whatever target area that you're going to be doing the real estate investing business in. Find them, talk to them, learn their lending programs, right? Talk to lenders constantly, talk to sellers constantly, and analyze properties constantly. These are the activities that are going to make you money. Everything else is just filling in gaps, administrative stuff. Don't get me wrong. I got a desk full of stuff here too. We had two closings today. I still get hit from every angle with things that are keeping deals together, band-aids I got to put on. Some of these deals, by the time they get to the closing table, they got 3 rounds of duct tape on them, and we've had to glue these things together to keep them together, right? I mean, this is a tough business. And you're going to find yourself doing things to keep deals together. But essentially, where you're going to make your money, where your money is made, is talking to lenders, talking to sellers, and analyzing properties. I would like you to just write RGA and stick it on a Post-it note and stick it on your mirror and just remember today, I am focused on revenue generating activities. And here's what I want you to avoid. Oftentimes, the brain has a protection mechanism. The brain wants us to be safe and wants us to stay in the comfort zone. I don't know why it is, right? It's got the amygdala, it's called in the brain, the fight, flight, or freeze mechanism. And a lot of times, because the brain is afraid to get out of the comfort zone, which is talking to sellers and analyzing properties and talking to lenders and really getting in the game, the brain will find a way to fill your time to make you feel like you're productive and make you feel like you're busy working on spreadsheets. I'm creating a database. The brain is going to find things to fill the gap to protect you from getting out of your comfort zone. Please remember, there's only 3 revenue generating activities. You got to bite the bullet. You got to get in here and do these 3 things: talking to lenders, talking to sellers, and analyzing properties. If you're nervous, tell them that you're nervous. If you're nervous talking to a seller on the phone, tell them I'm still pretty new, but getting good at this stuff. Just tell me about it. People appreciate, what did we talk about previously? Authenticity. If you're new talking to a lender's perfectly happy talking to new people, right? And educating you and informing you and then analyzing properties. There's only one way to get good at analyzing properties, and that's to analyze everything. Just be obsessed or be average, right? Make it a daily commitment that you're going to be online looking at comparables every single day. I mean, if you're going to be a real estate investor, you got to know the market. This is just the way it is. Don't let your brain fill your schedule full of non-revenue generating activities. That is a protection mechanism it doesn't want to get out of the comfort zone. Get out of the comfort zone. We're here to hold you accountable for that. Now we're going to focus on affordable housing. Let's bring it back to what we're doing here. We are going to target single family and 2 to 4 unit properties. Why? Simply because you're going to get the best financing with that asset class. They're going to give you the highest loan to value, so you can borrow the most amount of money, which means the least amount of money for you out of pocket. You're going to get the best fixed rate financing and whatnot. That residential financing provides the best financing available to you. Remember, with the affordable housing sector, you're able to get the best rent to value ratio. So you're easily able to get minimum 1.25x your PITI payment. Because when you're dealing with these affordable housing properties, your loan is not going to be atrocious. It's not going to be massively big. Therefore, your payment's not massively big. Therefore, you're able to get that 1.25%. I want you guys north of 1.5%. Not percent, but 1.5x. And you can very easily do this in this affordable housing model. Now, if you live in an area where there is no affordable housing, that's okay. You can live wherever you want and invest where it makes sense. We work with people all over. We work with people in New Mexico and California and Florida and this and that. And they're doing this business successfully in affordable housing markets. It is not a big deal. The majority of your work is done on the computer and on the phone. Okay? And when it comes to running comparables and things like that, it is so easy. It is all online. You don't even have to walk through these properties. In fact, we have boots on the ground nationwide for people in our private community as well. We'll get into that in just a little bit. Also, in the affordable housing sector, you got the most buyers, and these are investors and owner occupants. Since it is affordable and since it produces a cash flow, investor buyers are lined up to buy this inventory, as well as owner occupants can afford the property. So you have the most amount of buyers. It is the easiest to raise bridge money on, and that's from private lenders. Since your loan balances are not skyrocketed, $500,000 or something like that, a lot of people have 100 to 150, 200 even to lend privately on these deals. And then institutional lenders, hard money lenders and whatnot, they love the affordable housing sector. It fits their financial model. It is the easiest to raise money. And then when you're refinancing, as I mentioned, you get the best financing, the highest LTV on these refis, as well as the fixed rates and whatnot. The best permanent financing, the easiest to raise bridge money. What is bridge money again? Acquisition and rehab money. And I'm going to suggest that you guys locate your geographical area with this affordable housing model and go deeper into a smaller geographical area rather than going wider into a larger area. Now, personally, we're in multiple states. We're in the entire state of Ohio, and we do deals in Texas and Oregon, and we're in multiple states. We're actually branching into Kentucky now, and like we got it dialed in. We're blanketing these areas with our marketing. If you're somewhat new, I would like you to hunker down on like 10 zip codes. Like, really keep it that specific for now until you get good at your craft, and that's going to keep you more successful. Be a sniper, not a shotgun. So, funding your deals. Now, private money is preferred, as we've discussed, and that's going to help you scale because you get that 100% financing. What that means is you don't need to bring money to the table when you're funding an as is, when you're doing a bridge loan, acquisition and rehab, right? With a private lender, you can get that 100% financing. So, and then also you can get all of your rehab money up front, so there's no draws, and there's an ease of doing business with a private individual over an institution, over a lending company, as you can probably imagine. It's just much easier to do business. So private money is definitely preferred, but institutional money is still good. If that's all you have access to, by all means. And you should be doing this. Even if you have access to private money, you should still be finding out who is lending in your area. And believe me, there's no shortage of lenders. You can go right on to any Facebook group, which I'm actually going to encourage you guys to do. Join these little real estate groups in your areas and whatnot. Put one post out there. Who's doing, purchase and rehab money, who's funding fix and flips and stuff like that. You're going to get 10 people. I mean, there's no shortage of money, I promise you. Just get in the game. Don't be one of the people that we have met previously. They say, I'm still searching for the best private lenders. I'm still searching for the best rates and stuff like that. Look, you could make money when we first started doing these deals. In fact, I got a lender right now. I'm doing a deal right now, everybody, and this is crazy. Not all of our private money is this expensive, but I got a lender right now. The guy just strokes checks. I mean, millions of dollars. And I pay him 12% and 4 points. It's pretty expensive, right? I promise you, the money that you find is cheaper than the money that I'm currently borrowing from this one individual. Most of the money that we borrow from private lenders, we're looking at about 10%, 2 points, right? Sometimes it's 12%. And in this case, it's 12% plus 4 points, right? And it's pretty expensive. But guys, don't be one of the people who's like constantly shopping. Oh, I want to find a better deal on money. You can make money at 12%, 4 points, like we can. I mean, you can make money. There's plenty of spread in these deals if you're buying them correctly, like we're teaching you how to do. But don't. I've met people and coached people. They're constantly shopping for a better deal on money, but really that's just a fear mechanism. That's just basically a procrastination mechanism. They never actually get in the game. They're actually not serious about doing it. They're trying to stay safe. So they're using that as an excuse. You can make money with institutional lenders, private lenders. You can afford to pay them double-digit interest rates and points and things like that. Just get in the game. Analyzing properties. This is one of our RGAs, baby, revenue generating activities. Get really good at analyzing properties. It's right here from your computer. You should spend an hour a day. If you did an hour a day of just analyzing properties, you're going to be a beast in this business. Most people won't do it. They won't do it. I don't know why. They just refuse to do the work, right? I believe you are not one of these people. You're an action taker, and that's why you've made it to the end, right? Get really good at analyzing properties on Zillow. What are we looking at? Just start asking, what is the ARV of this property? Okay, look at the pictures. Does it need work? Well, what is the as is prop value of the property? Start thinking in terms like that. Well, okay, if the ARV is 250, I'm looking at the pictures. I don't know how much work it needs, 20, 30. Just subtract 30. I maybe as is, and you're going to need a little spread. You demand a bit of a discount if it needs work. Well, if it's the ARV 250, it needs work from 30K. I would say as is value is 210, right? Just start like thinking like a real estate investor. It doesn't hurt. There's no right and wrong here. You're just getting in the game, right? So when we're analyzing properties, the core four, we want ARV comps, as is comps. We want to know, what is a property going to rent for? Start asking yourself, what would this thing rent for? Start asking yourself, what work is needed? And a great way to start analyzing rehabs is find properties that need work. But then, even if you're just on Zillow, look at comparable properties that are all fixed up and look at the materials that they used in a fixed up property. And then even start going on Lowe's and HomeDepot.com. See if you can actually find the materials they used. It really is this easy, but people won't do the work. They just won't do it, right? Also, look at other purchase prices. Look what other cash buyers are paying for properties in the area. Great thing to do. And your purchase price on real estate deals is all determined by your negotiation. You can control that. You can turn any property into a deal if you can buy it at the right price, right? So get good at analyzing deals. Always be asking yourself these core four: ARV, as is comps, rent. What is a property going to rent for? We talked about Rentometer, Zillow, CreamData.ai. Start looking at rehabs. What properties need work? Pricing things out that way. And believe me, it's not rocket science. Okay. And start looking at these purchase prices and maybe what you could potentially purchase properties for. And you must know what a good deal is, right? The only way you're going to learn to do this is by doing it. It's like working out. The only way you're going to get in shape is by actually putting the reps in. It's just, you have to do this. And there's something called the RAS. This is the reticular activating system. It is in the brain. It's like when you got your eye on a car that you love, this particular make and model of a car, you're going to see the car everywhere. Why? Because the brain filters out anything that is not what it is you're looking for. Well, when you know what a good deal is, which you do know what a good deal is from going through the master class, right? It's going to start popping up for you, but you've got to be analyzing the properties. You're not going to know what a good deal is unless you're actively analyzing properties. And you're going to start getting these opportunities and you're going to be like, wow, that's a deal. I know what a deal is. Look at this. I'm all in. Man, I could buy this thing and fix it up. I would be all in for 60% of the ARV. I remember Dave's talking to me. He said, be all in 75% or less. I really believe I'm in for 62. It's like, this is a deal. I think this is a deal, right? You're only going to know how to do this by doing it. Okay. And believe me, go through tons of analyzing properties of non-deals to get good at finding, because then when the right one comes, you're going to be all over it. That reticular activating system, you're going to spot it. You're going to know. But you got to get in the game. Remember, we want to be all in 75% of the ARV or less. What is all in? It is purchase price and rehab. Create that fudge factor as well. Don't forget, you want to add in some costs too, right? So, closing costs and title and lending costs, just throw on a couple grand. Be conservative, what I'm saying. Have a fudge factor always, right? So you probably want to be all in for like 70%. But a good rule of thumb, this is how we're making buying decisions. Now, if you don't have leads, just analyze properties that are already on the market. It doesn't hurt you to do that. Just get in the game, get that pitching arm loose. You're in the bullpen right now before we call you out for the opening pitch, okay? So get out of your comfort zone. I cannot stress this enough. Join every real estate Facebook group in the target area and every real estate meetup in your target area. Start networking. Okay, start finding out who the real players are. Find out who's wholesaling properties in your target area and get on their list. Hey, send me deals. Send me deals. There's more opportunities to start analyzing right there. Find the biggest players in your area and work on building a relationship with them. That's how I started, right? I picked up at that time, it was the Arizona Republic. I lived out in Phoenix. It was the newspaper. I was calling We Buy Houses news paper ads. Internet really got big right after that. But I was at the tail end of the newspaper, and I met people, and I got in the game that way. I'm here to tell you, if somebody called me right now and they wanted to bring value first, you see the sentence here, be willing to offer value first. I'm willing to talk to anyone. I mean, because that was me, right? But approach anyone that you're wanting to build a relationship with. What can I give first, not what can I get from this person? Nobody's going to want to work with you if you're just here to take, right? What can I genuinely and authentically give? Build relationships with people who are successful at what you're working on being successful at. Claim your identity. Now, this is a little bit bold, I do understand, but look, here, that's my Facebook right there. Okay. I know, I have claimed it, right? Which well deserved and very true. You know, I'm a real estate investor and I'm a affordable housing expert. You don't need to change your entire cover photo and do that unless you want to. You can. I think you should. But at least start telling people and put it on your profiles. Hey, I'm a real estate investor. Claim that identity. Claim it. This is what you are now. You've been through the masterclass. You can say you are a real estate investor. Even if you have not done any deals, start telling people, I'm a real estate investor. This is a big thing for people to get out of their comfort zone and just start claiming that identity. Man, it's a big deal. Play real estate matchmaker when you're doing this networking. Find people who are wholesaling deals and find other people, network with other people who are buying deals and see if you can get in the middle of some transactions here, match people together and see if you can make a couple bucks, right? If you find somebody who's wholesaling and you also network with other people who are buying, go to the wholesaler and be like, I might have a buyer for this. Can you cut me in? I mean, can we JV? Can we figure out a way to make money together? You can absolutely make money in this business with taking no risk at all, just through the connections that you make. Okay? This is fun, but it's actually very real. In this day and age, we are lacking real connection. Facebook does an amazing thing where they tell you whose birthday it is. Start sending happy birthday, authentic happy birthday messages. Start building connections, saying happy birthday. If you have the person's cell phone, wish them a happy birthday through the cell phone, not through the Facebook, through a text. Text people in your phone, especially on holidays, and just say, hope you're having a great Easter or whatever the holiday is. If you ask me, I think we have too many holidays in this world, right? It's like ridiculous. Every week we have a holiday, it feels like, but it's a great opportunity to start texting people, letting them know what you do. And a great way to let people know what you do is to get good at analyzing properties. Let them know, I'm finding great deals right now on properties. Would you be interested in learning how I analyze properties? Teach them. Teach them. It is the ultimate giving thing. Show people how you are analyzing properties. People are going to be blown away. And guess what? They're going to want to lend you money. They're going to want to do deals with you, but they're not going to want to do the work. You do the field work, you find the deals, they will fund the deals, right? And you're going to make a lot of money. Make these personal connections. You must change if your life is going to change. If this sounds a little crazy, it's like, I'm shy. I don't want to text anyone. I don't want to do anything. You got to change. I mean, we live in this world where it is all about the connections. And we have an amazing platform and tool, which is the internet, to connect with people and to put some genuine, authentic energy behind it. You got to do it though. If you don't, you're not going to change. Your life's not going to change unless you make this change. Destroy the limiting beliefs that, oh, what if I don't look cool? That's the biggest thing. People are not afraid to fail. They're afraid of looking silly if they do fail. That's what it is. Maybe we were laughed at when we were kids, right? And, we just want to be perfect. Everything's perfect in my life, right? Well, it's not. For you, for me, or for anyone that you're going to be networking with, destroy these limiting beliefs. Be authentic, be real. People love authenticity, right? And they want to connect with you. So destroy these limiting beliefs, and this is what is going to change your life. Find deals. Now, have financing lined up before approaching realtors for on-market deals. No realtor is going to want to basically talk to you about a property listing they have or anything unless you can actually come up with the money to close. No one wants to waste time. Focus on getting pre-approved, whether it be from a private lender, and have that private lender lined up or an institutional hard money lender, or if you're buying a rental property direct from an on-market deal, you got to kind of have the pre-approval ready to rock. Don't waste people's time. When it comes to off-market deals, finding off-market deals, a low budget and the best low budget ways to get off-market deals, driving for dollars, door knocking if you have the courage to do it, cold calling if you have the courage to do it, and SEO, which is search engine optimization, getting a website for yourself and posting content and whatnot, driving traffic to the site. That's good, but that's a very slow roll. I prefer and I believe you guys should focus on mid-budget activities, which is pay per lead, creamleads.com. We use it ourselves, right? It is an affiliate of ours. It's Property Leads is the name of the company. But guess what? When you use our link, they give us a $200 credit. You get a $200 credit. I don't even know what the credit is, honestly. It just goes towards more leads. But we are using this and we're getting leads, and you can do it too. Top budget, if you got a lot of money to work with, you could dabble into and get involved in the world of online ads. And this is pay-per-click advertising as well as Facebook ads. I'm going to advise that you stay away from this unless you really got your game really figured out. This could turn into a black hole of money pit very quickly. And it's taken us years to get it dialed in the way we have it dialed in right now. I would focus for right now on pay per lead. And then maybe once you kind of have closed a couple deals and you got a nice little war chest of some marketing money and you want to start testing some things, start to learn more about the PPC at that point. I wouldn't jump in with both feet with top budget marketing. Stick to the mid budget, stick to the low budget. You're going to get some deals. Okay. Making offers. You're going to be making low ball offers. Let's call it like it is here, everybody. You're not going to be successful unless you get great deals on properties. You make your money when you buy, you get paid when you sell or refinance the property. You got to get good deals. So approach every seller when you're making offers. Don't kill the messenger. It's not me, it's the algorithm, it's the lender, it's somebody else. If you can basically deflect and not be the bad guy or the bad gal, you're gonna be able to more comfortably kind of offer low numbers. These are the deals where you're going to make the most money because guess what, everybody? It's not about how many deals that you do, it's how much money you make at the end of the day. We're not here to force deals through. If it's not a deal and it's not penciling out, we got to find a better deal. Stay firm on your offers too, right? Only offer numbers that can genuinely create profit for you. And if the offer doesn't get accepted, don't just come off the offer. Okay, let's just see if we can make this work. That could put you out of business. You got to stick to good deals, right? Make an offer on every single off-market opportunity from your lead generation, right? Anyone who you're talking to who's not represented by an agent, and I mean, it's just a direct to seller type of thing, make them an offer. You have to. Just absolutely never talk to a seller where you're not making some type of ballpark offer. I'm not saying it needs to be formal, but you should kind of at least let a seller know where you would be at and then follow up like crazy. Follow up is essential. I mean, we have a person dedicated on our team strictly to follow up because we have so many thousands of leads in our database. When you're just starting out, you don't need somebody to do this for you. You could get out there and do it yourself. But following up is essential. So many of our leads and deal, or so many of our leads convert to deals not on the first call. That's rare. It takes follow up, consistency, and that is actually going to build rapport. When you're following up consistently, people believe in you. They know you're serious. So follow up. Why do we love the affordable housing model? Multiple exit strategies. Remember, we're going to buy the best, keep the rest. Wholesaling properties and doing novations on properties equal low risk revenue. So you want to kind of crank that up as you're finding your next rental property to build long-term wealth. Keep the pitching arm loose by constantly wholesaling and doing novations because there's very little to no risk and you can keep those chunks of cash coming in. Because the buy and hold business, until you have a handful of properties, you don't even really feel it. Yes, you're getting a good, positive cash flow and whatnot. But until you have like a handful of properties, you need to keep chunks of money coming in. Wholesaling and novations allow you to do that without taking on the risk. Fix and flips are good. We still do them. I encourage you to do them. But don't take on too much, especially if you're new, especially when it comes to large, massive rehabs. This old property, it looks like the Addams family house. It's going to be this new custom, all this nonsense. If you're going to do anything, if you want to be successful, stick to bread and butter. If you're going to do fix and flips, don't take on too much, especially don't take on too many projects, but don't take on too much work. Okay. Buy and hold is the long-term game. It is the most important game because if all you did was flip properties, you'll get to the end of your career and you're going to have regret that you didn't hang on to more assets. So set the goal to acquire one rental in the next 3 to 6 months. Be picky on this rental because you're thinking long-term and you're going to own this for quite a long time. Continue flipping properties while you wait for your next buy and hold to come, and it will come. I promise you, if you're focused, if you're a sniper, not a shotgun, and you are doing some lead generation and you're doing all the networking, which I know you're going to do, and you claim that identity as this real estate investor, everybody, it's going to happen quick. It's going to happen quick. It is that personal development work that you really should focus in on. Focus on the revenue generating activities, RGAs, and focus on who you are becoming and having that confidence and having that identity, and just wait and see and take daily action, right? Really, an hour a day is what you need to be doing. You should be analyzing properties, making connections through social media and through your text, maybe setting up some phone calls and building connections, talking to lenders, find out who's lending, talking to sellers. That's it. That's the job, everybody. You're gonna do this. Don't complicate it. So, join our private community. Hang on, I believe I missed a slide here. Buy and hold the long game? No. Okay. Join our private community. Let me just fill you in on what it is this looks like. People that work with us in our private community, you're going to get 3 calls a week with me and RJ. We take our community very seriously. So you're on the phone with me. Just like we've been doing these videos together, you're going to be on a video call with me live, right? Did a call today and it was fire. I mean, we're looking at deals, analyzing deals, talking to sellers. Also, something you get is all the recordings of me. I'm on the phone every single day closing deals with sellers. You get all those recordings. You're going to learn. You're going to be immersed in this world, in our world. And our world is producing multiple transactions. We did 2 today, everybody. I mean, this is a real life business, and we basically open our doors to you in this private community. You got full access to everything we're doing here, and recordings and scripts, obviously. But as you know from watching our videos here, it ain't about the script. It's who you are, right? It's that authenticity. It's knowing your stuff, focusing on those RGAs. So in our private community, 3 calls a week, you get one-on-one access to RJ and I. It's through Slack. We have an amazing, thriving Slack community. You get access to lenders and vendors and contractors. We actually refer the same people that we work with. It is not it's very much our business is on a silver platter for you. All the tools and resources that we use, maximum accountability, that's where it's at, right? When you join and you invest to join in a private community, you're committed at this point, right? You know you're going to do it. So we have 3 different tiers. The entry level private community mentorship. It is a done for you program. And this is for people who really don't want to build the whole real estate business and don't want to do the wholesaling and novations. They just want to buy rental properties. That's cool. That's entry level. We'll set you up with one of our deal finders. They will send you deals. We'll analyze the deals with you. You could use our lenders to close them and start building a rental portfolio. Entry level, lowest investment. It's affordable for anyone. I promise you. And that is the entry level done for you program for people who just want to continue doing what they're doing in their life and basically have us do this for you and with you and just accumulate rental properties on the side. That's how this looks. Our deal finder will bring you the deals. We'll analyze the deals with you. You could use our lenders and start closing on properties. We'll help you vet the property management. And then, of course, what comes with that is the scope of work and look at the rehab and everything that comes with owning and managing a rental property. We'll do it right here for you and with you. The mid-level program, you get everything in the Done For You program, but then it is for people who really want to crank up the marketing and be a real estate business, right? And a real estate investment company. So you're going to get full access to just understanding everything from novations to, wholesaling properties. And I mean, the ins and outs. We've covered a lot in this masterclass, but there's so much more. I mean, all the nuances, getting these things to the finish line, helping you close your deals, pushing them across. And that is a very affordable investment as well. But that is for the people who really want to take this thing to the next level, do multiple transactions every single month. We can help you do that. Who want to do some marketing, talking to off-market sellers. We're going to help you close your deals. It's very cool. Finally, the inner circle, and you don't even qualify for the inner circle until you've kind of been through some deals and you're in business and you're successful. I mean, we want to see your P&Ls, right? We want to get to know you. But what that is, the inner circle is where we're actually doing deals together. We're kind of utilizing our retirement accounts, IRAs. We're doing 1031 exchanges together. We're building tax-free wealth. It's the next level. We're doing destination meetings where we get to meet in wonderful desirable places, bring our families, and we are family at that point. That is the inner circle because we're making a lot of money together, right? So with that, final words, everybody, contact us if you're interested in checking out our private community. But thank you very much for investing your time, and hopefully you got some great nuggets here. And I take this stuff seriously. I really enjoy it. RJ's got the same amount of passion. You know, you're going to get to know both of us here, and we're different, but we have the same core values. And I think that's what makes a strong partnership, and that's why we've been partners for over 15 years. But I really just want to acknowledge you for making it to the end here, and you got it. You got the resilience. You got the discipline. You've done it, right? Watch it again. Go through these videos aren't that long, right? Go through this again, get a bunch of questions together, hop on a call with our team, and let's do a strategy session, right? Let's see what it could look like from where you're at right now to wherever it is that you want to be and how that path potentially could be in working more closely with us. I'd love that opportunity. And remember this, guys, you got one life. Take action. No regrets, right? As long as you know you're working with good, authentic people, which that's basically what we bring to the table here, you're going to be successful. It works if you work it. You got one life, take action. You don't have to do this alone. So, on behalf of myself and RJ Pepino and all of us over here at The Cream, once again, thank you very much for spending some time together. And I hope to work with you closely very soon.